Hey YouTubers, this is Greg Jones with 1623 Custom Harmonicas, and coming to you today I have a trusty little Seidel Session Steel in C that's just a really fantastic harp, and I wanted to come to you today and talk to you about the description of some of our techniques, some of the terms that we use. Many times I have players that will order a harp and they'll say they're requesting an overblow setup. And there seems to be some misconceptions among some players out there on exactly what an overblow is. But the term, as I see it, is the term that refers to the choking of the blow reed that actually activates the draw reed and gives you a note that's a half step higher than your draw note. So in other words, your note is going to go one half step higher than the draw note. So in the C, we'll have this. So that's an overblow. And in the case of a C, our draw note, or a C harp, our draw note on 4 is a D. So one half step above that is going to be an E flat. So on the 5 hole, then we're going to have an E, and then our draw note is an F, and then our overblow note is an F sharp. And then on our last note, we have on our 6th note rather, we have a G, and then our draw half step bend is a G sharp, our draw note is an A, and then our next note is a B flat. So on the 6th, it's going to be. So for overblows, our primary notes are generally 4, 5, and 6. However, you can also overblow hole 1. And that note is an E flat as well. Another way to look at that is it's going to be a half step below the adjacent note. So remember, your overblow notes holes are 1, 4, 5, and 6. It allows you to play chromatically every note in the musical scale. Now, very similar to overblows are the overdraws, and for me at least, these notes are a little bit more difficult, but you have overdraw notes that are most commonly used on holes 7, 9, and 10. For me, it's generally 7 and 9. I'm not able generally to get the overdraw note on 10, but a demonstration of the note on 7. And then on 9. You can barely hear that note, and I'm not real good at getting it, and it's kind of difficult on a C. But anyhow, that's what your overdraw and overblow notes are. Your blow bends are a little bit different, and I think that's where a lot of players get confused. This is a blow bend. And that's where you're actually blowing into the note and lowering the pitch just like a standard draw bend, except you're doing it on a blow note. Anyhow, I hope that clears it up somewhat, even though I'm not a great overblow player by any means. One thing that you should know, that if you're going to have a harp, if you plan to play overblows, your harp has to be specifically set up for that, and you really need the lowest gap possible on your blow reeds that you're going to overblow, and the lowest gap possible on your draw reeds that you're going to do an overdraw on. And that's a good thing, except for players that play real hard, it will cause you, especially in the heat of a real strong lick, to choke those notes down. And so if you decide to venture into the world of overblows, you will have to sort of retrain yourself to play softer and ease into some of the notes so that you're not choking them down. Anyhow, I'll close out with just a quick little demonstration of the chromatic scale, C to C. So that's it for today in Overblows. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm Greg Johnson, 1623 Custom Harmonicas.